Morning everyone. It's Friday morning. Had a little sleep, done a video. It's just after 2 o'clock, 2 in the morning. Gonna get back down to work. Gotta do some more bits on the Land Rover. Another vehicle, the Sienna, for today has just turned up, so we'll make a go on that as well. Mint parking going on by the locals. How are you all? You good? Subscriber counts up and down. People coming and going everywhere. But everything else on the channel is showing progress, which is great. So keep doing what you're doing. Temperature's warmed up a little bit. At 10 degrees at the minute. I think we're expecting rain today. Rain all across the weekend, but hopefully it won't be too horrific that it ruins the meet on Sunday. But either way, it'd be good to get out, do something. I think fur's coming as well, which is cool. So I'm going to get off to the shop, make myself a coffee, and I will see you in a bit, as soon as we've got a bit of progress on the Landy. Bye. Morning guys. So the Sienna's been dropped off, that's for a job today. Just had a little shufty round of all the cars. Look at this thing. Looks so cool at night. Everything lit up inside. It looks great. Right, gonna crack on with Landy. Turn the radio off, or turn the radio up, sorry. Crack on with the Landy, get that sort of near completion. I've got to swap some seats in wifey, or my Mercedes, for wifey to borrow today, and then we'll jump on with the Sienna later. So lots of stuff going on, but we'll get this well on the way to being finished. We've got a bit to do yet, so head unit's got to go in. We've got to figure out the camera positioning. We've got to tidy everything up. We've got to set the sound up, set the system up, play with the sub and amp and everything, get everything tuned in, ready to go. But so far so good. It's going to be an early day, long day, early start, but it's worth it. We like happy customers. See you in a bit. Right dudes, let me just turn this down.
It's prestigious.
Right, it's after 4. Yep. We're doing well. So all of this stuff is all out. Obviously the old Alpine unit's gone, tweeters are out, mid-rangers are out, all of that stuff. We have, you can get rid of this stuff because he's not going to need this stupid cradle up here anymore. Now he's got CarPlay and Android Auto, he doesn't need to have washing lines on the dash. That's gone. Yep. But basically, oh, what just fell off there? Oh, it's the tweeter. So here's our radio, here's our bass cube. So obviously he can adjust bass directly from this. USB, which he wanted here for his charging system. And obviously he's got the Pioneer USB in the top glove box there. So we've got a Kicker KS in the front, 13 centimeters with tweeters. We've got reverse camera figured out. Let me just switch this bad boy on, let it come out. I've already measured out the button and stuff like that. It does not hit. Just turn this down. So there's our radio, and you can probably see the blue amp for the sub there underneath the rear seat. That's all good. And then reverse. There's our reverse camera. It's not the best picture, if I'm honest. It looks like a bit of a cheapy camera, but it works. It shows him what's behind the car. That's all good. That's what he wanted. And then it folds away nice and neatly into the dash. So yeah, approaching 5 o'clock. I've got to get the Merc seats put back in for wifey. She's got to pick up some kids today. Jess is having a sleepover, Faith's having a friend round, so she needs extra seats. So I'm going to get my spare seats for the Merc, get the Merc to the door, put these in. They weigh an absolute ton, so I'm hoping I can manage on my own. Get that done, and then basically I'll be taking the Cube tomorrow. She'll be taking my van, and then we can make a start on the Sienna. We've got, I think, yeah, we've got the fascia kit for it. That's already turned up. Let me grab this. Bum bum bum. Gonna be a long ass day. Let's just have a look what they've given us, make sure we got the right bits. I'm loving my shiny box now. Still sounds like innuendo bingo though every time I say something like that. Still cracks me up. What do we have in here? I did another one of my favourite shark fins. So we've got another spare of those because we've got one next week. So we've got the steering control harness for the Sienna. Unfortunately, some knob has chopped up the plugs, so I've got to repair the standard loom before I can plug this one in. Aerial connection and a fascia for the surround for the dash. So that's that, and it's having a Pioneer 160, but we'll get to that tomorrow morning. Today morning, after I've got the kids breakfast and stuff and I've come back to work after a shower, we'll start again. So that's it for now. Second section on this one's now done. I'm going to give them a call tomorrow and we'll get this one picked up. Happy days, everyone. See you soon. Morning, everyone. 7 o'clock, back at it. We're in the Cube. So get down to the shop, move the Landy out. They're easily stealable, so I didn't want that thing outside while I'm not there, so we can move it out now that I'm going to go back to the office. We'll get the Sienna in. I've got to start repairing the wiring harness first that somebody's messed up. An aftermarket radio, it looks like a Chinesey one, has kind of been fitted, and rather than using the connector and plugging and playing, they've kind of used a bit of both. But obviously the lead was not populated correctly, so they've tried to kind of janky change what was connected through to it. So I've got to try and repair the lead because they've cut everything with about 1 centimetre spare, which is spot on. But I'm going to get some brekkie, find a coffee, start the day number 2. Weather is looking to dry up for Sunday, which is quite a result. So Sunday looks like the best day of the weekend. I think we're going to have showers today. I think we're going to have showers tomorrow. But Sunday, fingers crossed for Nigel's show, is looking all right. Could be wrong. It's England, isn't it? Weather changes really, really quickly. Anyway, go and find some food, and I'll come back to you when we got to the shop. Nothing else to report. We've had a few soldiers down on the subscriber count. A couple have left, which is unfortunate because things are getting good, but that's all right. Regulars are there. I'm chatting to you all this morning. Morning, boys. Nice to see. I'm going to get off to work and I will see you soon. We've got I think we've got, it's either a dash cam or a sub and amp this afternoon, and the Sienna head unit and fascia kit this morning, so it should be a nice chill day, not too hectic for a Friday. And I do need to get the chaser washed, ready for the weekend. See you soon. Right, just made some final tweaks to the Landy. I've removed the lines off the reversing camera, so tweaked this a little bit to make sure that we've got the right screen, but I've removed the lines because they look crap and naff, so I've got rid of them. We're back to normal. And it's not, weirdly enough, the picture, it said cut the white wire for reversing the picture or the green wire for the lines, so we cut the green wire and it's actually the other way around. It wants to be connected for the reverse flip and cut for the reverse lines to be off, but that's better. No more silly lines. Yeah, that'll do. Right, let's give them a call. We've got Wild Track that's just been dropped off. That's having a Q800 Pro thinkware. And we have this. Let me just turn this radio down a second because we don't want to get that buzzed out with copyright. We've got the Nissan Sirena. I call it a Sienna. But we've basically got a menage of cabling with all the stuff that we need that is chopped. Really helpful, guys. And we got to fix this. Put a Pioneer in there. So this one first, then the truck, then one this afternoon. Busy day. See you in a bit. Right then, guys, here we go. So a lot of cutting, a lot of dirty wiring later on, and making my own fascia for it, because the one that they sent me out was for a Nissan Micra. Lovely. So we've made a fascia, I've made some brackets, got the radio in, got it all powered up and working. All the speakers work. Obviously this thing hasn't got steering controls. Cameras are not operational because they've basically used these and cut off the standard plugs. So I can't even replicate anything. So what whoever did that, genius. But this one's done. He's got a working stereo, that's all good, he's happy with that. We've had an Alpha turn up as well, so I've now got an extra one. Get that one done today. We're gonna jump back on with the truck next. See you soon. Right then, dudes, next one. Oh, hello, 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 shut up. Next up we got a Alfa Romeo Mito. It has a very, very old Pioneer unit in it. So we've got to swap this one out for a CarPlay and Android Auto one, a modern touch. Microphone, digital aerial, USB. Do this one next. And then we'll get the Ranger in. And then we'll start the afternoon. And then no more and then. Alex is back with his famous last words again. Nice quiet day.
You shouldn't have been talking shit.
So the the Mito is now finished. Pioneer head unit in here, CarPlay, Android Auto, digital radio, Bluetooth, all that sort of stuff. Next I need to do that one, and I've just had a Mercedes turn up as well. We've got a dash camera front and rear to do on this, and then a dash camera front and rear to do on a Mercedes A-Class. And weirdly enough, it's this thing, which we were discussing yesterday on the comments section, and I'll show you why in a minute when we get to it. I've got to get this one out, get the Ranger started and done, and then we'll discuss the Road Angel Halo view in a bit. See you soon. Right then, dudes, next in, Jesus Christ,
Hey, what you watching?
Ford Ranger 2022 Wild Track. And this one is having FQ100, no it's not FQ100, it's the Q800 Pro thinkware, so 2-channel, really good quality. Front camera, obviously rear camera, running through the headliner, powered up to the fuse box down there. We're gonna get cracking on this one now. I need to make a move, because I've got another one waiting. I need to hurry up. I'm sorry if I'm not filming much, I'm trying to work. See you soon. Oh, Jesus, honestly, today, should be called Clark Kent, not because I've Supermaned anyone.
Too far! God!
Right, Q800 Pro, front camera, rear camera, set up with the park mode and everything else. I'm gonna wait to set the camera up, because what I'll do is when the customer gets back, we shall pair this up with his phone and show him how to connect to it so he knows. Now we're going to jump on with the Merc, the A-Class, and the Road Angel camera, and I'm going to show you why you shouldn't buy one. But this one is one that you should buy because it's mint.
Nice.
And it's endorsed by me. Says it's cool. See you in a bit, everyone. Here we go. So A-class. Not much to say about this. It's the routine dash. Fuse boxes down there if you want to know for the fuses to get power. Obviously we're going to have front camera on here, rear camera in the back window. Now one thing I have noticed, as soon as I got in this thing, it absolutely stinks of like stale water. So there is a water leak somewhere in this car. Oh look at that A-pillar trim. Can you see the shading on the bottom of it? Somebody hasn't fitted a windscreen properly and that thing is peeing in water. It smells mouldy. I bet the floor's wet. Awesome. See you in a bit. Right then dudes, let's discuss. So funny enough, one of my subscribers was talking about this yesterday, and I basically slagged off a Road Angel product because I don't like them. I had a Halo once, and my LED recovery lights on the truck got stolen, and they snapped the roof rails off of a Land Cruiser to get the bar off, and the dash cam apparently recorded no movement, no incidents, just 3 hours of rain. So what we've basically got with this, and I'll explain why I don't like these things. One, this is the same design, right, as the Chinese stuff that you can get for cheaper, right? These stupid ladder straps, same as the Chinese stuff, all right? But this one you pay premium because it's a name. Now, in this country, obviously we drive on the right. Well, we sit on the right, we drive on the left. But what we basically have is the front section of this camera, okay, is a protruding lens. Now that's the front dash cam. So the idea is that you clip this onto the mirror, gently slide this camera to the left to allow installation and view the lens. Right, so what you can basically do is it's saying you can adjust this to come all the way out if you've got like a really wide mirror, because I mean, let's be honest, that doesn't look naff at all, does it? But did you see that? So this is our camera, all right? That's as much as it moves. Let me do that again so you can see. Ready? That is all the camera has to offer in movement. That's it. That's the front camera. Now, understand this. If you sit in a regular position, like me, all right, I'm 6 foot, so I sit far back and I look at the mirror. Now, let's say for example, at the minute, I'm too close. The seat is very, very high, but I'm still too close to the dash. I would sit back further than this. Now that would mean my mirror, okay, is more like that in the middle. So if this is going to hang out the side of that, it's also upside down. Can you see that this one goes up and this one goes down? Don't really like that either. That looks like a mixed match. But anyway, if this sticks out the side of this, your articulation to get the camera to point straight on, right, is better the further you sit back. So if your mirror is more towards the back of the car, as in it's central, all right, your camera will be looking out the side of the mirror and it will be pointing out the front of the dash. So it'll kind of look like that, all right? You get what I'm saying? Now, if you're little and you sit like this, not saying I would, but if you sit like this, your mirror, right, is here, so I can see backwards. Now, you just saw me move the articulation on that front camera, right? How the hell, if the mirror is not like this, if the mirror is now like this, pointing at the person, how the hell is that gonna see out the front of the car, right? It's not in a million years is that gonna sit forwards. So what you're gonna be videoing is the footpath over there, not the accident that happens here or something that happens in front of you. Forget the right hand side, it is never going to see that. This is going to be so far left, it's going to be untrue. If you sit close to the steering wheel, this dash camera is not going to point in the way that you want it to point. Just to bear that in mind, all right? That's a problem. So if you have one of these, make sure that where your camera is and where your driver sits, as soon as they do this with a mirror, your camera's going to be pointing over there, not there. All right, bear that in mind. Now I'm going to fit it. See you in a bit. Now normally I'd say I'm going to buy a lottery ticket because I'm on the money, but hey, it's me. I'm on the money all the time. So, a couple of things. First off, mild steel bracket. This is meant to be an outside camera, but the bracket is mild steel. And this is a white car, so we'll end up with rust lines down the boot. And I've got a really wide button to open the tailgate, so it's going to have to go on the far left or the far right, which will really kind of mess it up. So instead we've opted for the rear window, so this will stay dry and working all the time. And obviously we've got the mild steel bracket, which is in the warmth, which means it's not going to rust up, and it will still see out of the swept area at the cars that are behind it. Now, what did I say earlier? Yes, that's right, you were listening, well done. I said I can smell water as soon as I got in the car. Check this out. Down here, see this carpet? What's this? It is absolutely soaked. Look at that. You see the water? That's running off my hand. And the floor is soaking wet. Look at this. Yeah, so I'm going to let him know as soon as he comes back that his car has some kind of leak. It's probably the front windscreen, I would imagine, has not been fitted properly, and now it's leaking through here. But also I found a new problem. Another reason why I don't like this dash camera. This mirror is curved. Can you see what's happening to the bits that are supposed to hold it on? They're slowly making their way off. I reckon if he goes over a big enough pothole, one of them will give and the other half of the mirror will fire across the car, and then you'll probably crash because you'll be so panicked by what's just happened with your car, and then the dash camera will film it for you. So it'll give you like a jump scare and then film the crash for you. Mint. Oh, Dave, just turn the radio down for us, darling. The big Kenwood. Right, everyone, funny thing. So I'm powering up the car and the dash cam wouldn't come on, and I'm checking my connections. Obviously blame me first. The cigarette lighter USB adapter that they supply you with to run the kit, this is faulty, so this doesn't even work. So for now I've plugged in one of mine. Obviously the floor is wet, so we're not going to put that back together. But do you see what I mean about this camera? So at the minute, if for whatever reason you were sat in this front seat and your mirror position was to the right, so you could see backwards, let's say you had little legs, see where the camera's viewing? So it's viewing the corner of the windscreen here. It will not adjust, even if I sort of pull the lens out as far as it'll go. It will not view to the right. You can't also see the front of the bonnet. Can you see that? So this picture, adjust the camera angle to make the auxiliary line coincide. What auxiliary line? It's like, there's the bonnet. If you're not 6 foot tall and you have your mirror angled, you can't film the front of your car. If we put it to a sensible position like 6-footers would have it, which would be, let's say there, see, it works. But if you're a small person, little legs, you're going to have your camera, your mirror pointing at you, and your screen is going to be like that. The camera does not articulate far enough to view this side of the car. Right, I'm only in the middle of the windscreen there, but look, see, that's right on the edge of its parameter. So if something comes from over there, you're going to miss it. Not a good system. So let's switch to the rear camera. So there's our rear one. Again, not the best, if I'm honest, because you can't really see much. It's quite it's meant as a parking camera and as a dash camera, but the view is quite narrow, so it's not picking up a lot. And this is why I don't like these sort of systems. All right, there's a reason for it. They're not good in terms of engineering. and actually day-to-day use. Like, I can't move that anymore. That's as far as it sees. So it's pretty much where we're looking. So the kicker stand is in line with the front right headlight. Okay, so anything coming from the right hand side is blinded. You won't see anything happening. Not a good bit of kit. And the fact that this is faulty was just even funnier. See you in a bit. Right then, guys, I'm still in a bit of disbelief that we managed to get all that done. All 5 have been picked up on their way homes with their new owners, which is fantastic. And now I'm getting the chaser in. Gonna go home. One of my little ones is having a sleepover tonight, so hopefully we can put on a film for them. They're going to be tired and go to bed because Dad is knackered. That was a rather busy day, even if I do say so myself. That was a bit crazy. We've got some stuff on tomorrow. Cool. I've had a little bit of a tidy up down here because there was stuff going everywhere. Oh, look, blue skies for a change. Isn't that weird? Wherefore art thou, GoPro battery? Young Shakespeare said. Yeah, that was a mad day. Tomorrow we've got a Ford Transit Custom coming in. It's having a kicker component set. The CS's. And tomorrow afternoon I've got to fit an aerial on a Kangoo. What a day. Well done, everyone. Keeping me going, spurring me on. Obviously an early start with the Land Rover. Managed to get that done. He does watch the videos. Hello to you. Thank you for your business. It's much appreciated, and I'm glad you like your Land Rover. Pleasure. But that's it, guys. I'm pooped. I'm going home to shout at screaming children. I'll see you bright and early in the morning. Maybe not too early. See you then.